Welcome to the IVM Podcast Network.
Hi everyone and welcome to the Styleogram podcast, your one-stop shop for trends, fashion forecasts, tips and tricks, and fun and cool conversations with our celebrity guests. On this week's Trend Bulletin, we have painted ears. This pretty much means that you can be as fun and funky as you'd like to be. We're talking polka dots, gold stripes, and silver dust on the outside of your ears and earlobes. They're all super cool and easy to do. The trend that I don't really like right now is glittered beards, mustaches, and eyebrows for men. Internationally, men are sporting pink, blue, green, and gold glittered hair everywhere. On the streets, at parties. Pretty bizarre according to me. Anyways, on that note, let's move on to our super cool guest, Nisha Aggarwal. Not only is she the sister of the famed actress Kajal Aggarwal, but she herself has starred in lead roles in plenty of Telugu films. Now she runs a jewelry brand, and we're going to talk about all the fun stuff that the film and fashion industry is all about. Hi Nisha, thank you so much for being here.
My pleasure, I'm so excited.
Are you ready to answer all my questions?
Yes.
You should be, I'm sure you are. So Nisha, tell me, I read that you actually studied hotel management.
Yes, I did. So I studied hotel management in Aurangabad.
Okay.
And I worked with the hotels for a year and a half.
Okay.
And then I set out to do my MBA.
Okay.
But my MBA plans kind of got postponed and I started acting.
How did that happen? So tell us about your journey.
So my sister is a famous actress, Kajal Aggarwal, and she was really popular and very busy in the South at that point. And while I was doing my MBA, I was studying for my GMAT, I went to Hyderabad for a break.
Okay.
And that's when I suddenly got a lot of opportunities to explore the film industry.
So it just came to you. It's not even something that you went and tried to get.
I did not try to get it. I did not want it. I never wanted it.
Oh
it
my
just
God.
came to me and I was like, okay, I can do this now, but I don't think I can do this later and do I thought it was the best time to do it.
Yeah. So you literally went to meet your sister in Hyderabad.
Yes.
And you just got a flood of offers.
That's
with
true.
No photographs, with nothing.
With no photographs. And actually, my first movie, in fact, I had done this event. Okay, I had launched some electronics store. And my picture was published in the newspaper.
Yeah.
And that's how I got my first movie.
Oh my God.
So a director was looking for a new girl and he's like, there she is. That's Avantika.
So how difficult must it have been for you? Because if you've not had any kind of experience in acting, it's not easy.
Apart from
especially
acting,
a different
the language. Exactly. The language was a little more difficult for me than anything else. But I trained myself, of course.
How?
I couldn't have just jumped into it because it was something totally alien to me.
Tell us how you trained yourself.
So I took up acting classes in the South itself, in Hyderabad itself, for a month where I got accustomed to the language and, of course, acting and, expressions and all the various fields of the industry.
And picking up the language, was that easy? You picked it up in a month?
It wasn't easy. It really wasn't easy. It was very difficult.
I'm sure.
And especially when you have pages of dialogues that you need to render in one particular scene.
And then you need to match the emotions with what you're saying and you need to understand what you're saying.
Yeah. So it was very, very difficult initially, but I think I just picked it up. I think Telugu over any other language was slightly easier because I used to watch my sister's movies.
Okay, so you understood the language at least.
Yeah.
But how much of an inspiration was Kajal?
So like I told you, I never really wanted this.
Yeah.
It just came to me, but after it came to me, I really started noticing how people act, the little emotions, the expressions. Before that, I never looked at these things. I would just judge a movie. And now I know what goes into it. So in that manner, she's really an inspiration. And especially because she always really wanted it and she got it for herself.
Yeah.
That really inspires me.
Wow. So then what kind of made you, are you getting out of it? Are you still in that industry or, what's your status right now?
So I am still in the industry, but I am being very choosy and picky because now I am not very comfortable with spending too much time away from home.
Yeah, and you're married now.
Yes. So I'm being really picky and choosy about what I take, and
Okay, so that's pretty much the reason why whatever you do, you want it to be extremely substantial.
Exactly.
Okay, so give me some of your thoughts on the film industry in general.
I think it's a beautiful place to be. There's so much of freedom of thought and expression, and having the opportunity to be able to do that is beautiful. And the feeling you get in front of the camera is, I've never experienced that anywhere else.
Really?
I've never experienced that anywhere else.
Because I feel like even guests on our show have told us, like, it can be quite a murky industry as well to be in. Have you ever faced something like that?
Fortunately, I haven't experienced anything like that as yet. I mean, touch wood.
Touch wood.
And I also think it's very personal. It's about how you behave, and that's how people will behave with you.
Right.
But neither me nor my sister have really had any bad experiences in this industry as yet. Yeah.
So what was the high point of your career till now in the industry?
Every time the camera was switched on.
Yeah.
It was magical.
Yeah.
I think I'm a different person in front of the camera.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And I think one of the reasons, we wanted to call you here so much was because, you have this whole like film industry background, and you have this amazing fashion line of jewelry called, tell us what it's called and what it is.
So I just launched my own jewelry brand called Marcella, and it's a premium fashion jewelry brand. We make jewelry that is young and stylish and very, very versatile.
Okay.
It's made in brass with semi-precious stones, and it's just a young, fun line.
And is it something that you do on your own or with your sister?
It's with my sister, and we have another partner.
Okay. So describe some of the jewelry that you have, because our listeners won't really understand it over, the mic.
So we've launched 3 collections as of now.
Okay.
We've got our first collection was called Game of Stones.
Okay, that's so cool.
It was inspired by the Game of Thrones, and we used a lot of stones with a lot of spikes and warrior kind of attributes.
And are these
to it.
big pieces or are these small pieces? Like, are they statement pieces?
Game of Stones were all statement pieces.
Okay.
They were all big stones, and everything
big
about
earrings
it. Yes,
and
big
giant
earrings and chunky
and
things,
necklaces and stuff.
Everything chunky. And then we launched our next collection called Adira.
Okay.
Which is based on a warrior princess.
Okay.
And it was again it was inspired by a lot of strength and weapons and things like that, and where we introduced a lot of headgear and body jewelry and palm cuffs and things like that.
Okay. So what made you get into jewelry? Because you've never studied that either, right?
Not at all.
So how?
So I was looking to do something of my own. I've always wanted to start something of my own. And there was this day after I got married, after a couple of months. It was my sister, my partner and me. We were sitting together over a cup of coffee, and we were brainstorming on what we should progress into. And since Kajal and I come from the fashion industry, and in fact my partner has been a brand manager at Unilever. She's handled Lakme Absolute and the Fashion Week. And it was a natural progression to do something in fashion, because that's all 3 of us have
that's
a
what
background,
you understand.
and we understand it, and it was just very natural to do something related to that industry. And it was accessories, because we all love jewelry. It's the easiest thing to wear.
Yeah. But I do feel though that your jewelry is not very traditional, right? Correct me if I'm wrong.
Not at all.
And it would be similar. Would it be similar to like Outhouse and Valyan?
Not really.
Not really. It's
not
different.
really. It has a space of its own.
Yeah.
It's contemporary, and it's very, very versatile. So I would pair our earrings with a dress. Like a short western dress, and I could pair the same pair of earrings with an Indian sari.
Yeah. So what do you think was missing in the whole jewelry market that you wanted to tap?
So I wanted to always tap a mid-segment premium brand.
Okay.
So we have a lot of brands which are very, very expensive.
Yeah, that's true. Because
so they are very aspirational.
it's to spend so much on imitation jewelry is sometimes ridiculous.
Exactly. So that's very aspirational. You would want to buy it, but it's not something that you would be able to buy, or you would say it's okay, I'll pick it up. You have to think about it. So I wanted something that you can just easily pick up and easily wear, and then you can even forget about it.
Oh, so what are the price points for your jewelry?
So we are priced anywhere between 1,500 to 6,500.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
And I've seen your pieces. They look amazing.
Thank
I
you.
actually didn't realize that they were so reasonable. That's amazing.
They're really well priced. And that's something we always thought about. That's where we always wanted to be.
That's your cutting edge advantage.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So how do you deal with competition then in this space? Because there is a lot of it, I'm sure.
There is a lot of competition. Every day there's a new designer doing amazing stuff. Everyone's doing really, really cool stuff, amazing designs, and it's really difficult. But I think the only way you can, live up to competition, and I don't know about beating them, but you can live up to competition is by innovation.
Yeah.
That's the only
in
way.
Design.
Yeah, innovation in design.
Yeah. So what's the most innovative piece that you've designed till now?
I would say it's our palm cuffs.
Okay.
Because they are delicate with a lot of stones and so versatile.
So wait, so what are palm cuffs exactly?
So you wear it on
the back of your hand.
the back of your hand.
Okay.
So
it's like a hatful.
Not a hatful. Hatful is worn on the wrist and goes up to your fingers.
Okay.
But this is worn in the middle of your palm on the back side. And that's where it shows.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so it kind of covers the palm, and then the piece is at the back of your hand.
Correct.
That's so cool.
Yes.
That's kind of like between a ring and a bracelet, right?
Correct.
And I think
that's
it's
the
great.
right space.
Yeah, and like if you're holding a drink, or you're like
or
eating
you're wearing full sleeves and you can't
phone.
really wear a cuff, so that's the perfect place to accessorize.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
So, I mean, internationally there are amazing people who are making jewelry. Is there anyone that you take inspiration from?
There are a lot of people.
Okay. Anyone in particular?
There is Oriel Birdman.
Okay.
There is Alexis Bitter.
Okay.
I absolutely love his designs.
Yeah.
He's my absolute favorite, yeah.
Okay. And what do you think is different from the Indian and international fashion industry, especially related to jewelry?
The Indian industry, I think the international market is more minimalistic. They would wear statement pieces, but it would be very, very occasional. But Indians love to play dress up.
Yeah.
We thoroughly enjoy it. I'm truly one of those Indians. I love to dress up.
Yeah.
So we can carry a statement piece every day.
Yeah.
We can make it work. And we do beautifully.
Yeah. I think sometimes people do go a little overboard, which is where your modern pieces come in.
Correct.
And I think then you don't look like a giant cupcake, I think.
That's true.
So tell me a funny instant that you've had with a customer. Because I'm sure Indian customers are very quirky.
Yes, they are.
You're probably getting asked to give them discounts all the time.
Discounts, I'm
very used to it.
Seriously, very, very used
Put up
to that.
signs on your stall that says no bargaining, please.
And it's so funny because I feel like as if I'm a vegetable vendor sometimes, because they'll be like, no, give me this much.
Yeah.
I'm like,
and they
sorry,
buy
we don't
so
do
much,
that.
but they want a 5% discount.
Right. But I think the funniest thing that we've experienced is people asking us for fake diamonds.
Okay. But wait, you don't do real jewelry.
No, we don't do real
So why
jewelry.
are they asking you for fake diamonds?
We don't do imitation jewelry.
Yeah.
We do fashion jewelry.
Yeah.
And I think the moment people
Wait,
hear...
so one sec. Explain the difference between imitation and fashion to me.
So imitation is where you imitate real jewelry.
Okay.
So you'll be using fake diamonds.
Oh,
or the
okay.
zircons
Right.
and jewelry made of that looks like the real jewelry.
Right.
But it is not.
Yeah.
And fashion jewelry is fashionable jewelry using all other kinds of materials like semi-precious stones, colored stones and things like that.
So what do you mean they ask you for fake diamonds?
So they would, not their fault, it's really mean of me to even say it, but they are looking for solitaires.
Oh, like the zircons.
Yeah.
Oh.
And they probably didn't see anyone else doing fashion jewelry in the
Send them to
exhibition or the
Colaba
store.
Causeway in Bombay.
Probably, yeah.
Probably
But that's
get
just
it
so
there.
mean.
Yeah.
They were just looking for it, not their fault.
So who is your ideal customer?
My ideal customer is aged between 16 to 35.
Okay.
Young, vibrant, wants a new look every day. Someone who wants to accessorize, probably is not most well versed with accessorizing,
Yeah.
but still wants to experiment.
Yeah. And someone, I think in that price bracket is what's
Correct.
really that
Correct.
what really that
Yeah.
sets you apart. So, in this competitive scheme of things, how do you market yourself and differentiate? I'm sure, you and Kajal being the face of Marsala must be like a huge differentiating factor. But other than that, what are the different avenues that you use?
Apart from that, we use a lot of social media. We come and do special interviews with
Yeah, thank you
Styleogram
for that.
and Malika. And we retail through a lot of offline stores
Okay.
and on a lot of online portals as well. So
How is that going? The whole offline stores and online, because there's always there are designers who don't really want to keep their pieces away in stores.
yeah, no, but
So
I'm really happy doing
that's
that
doing
because
well.
I am more of an offline person.
Yeah.
So I think it's very important for me to be able to touch and feel the product before I purchase it.
Yeah.
For anything for that matter. I'm more comfortable going to a store and buying it over purchasing it online. I understand the return policies are amazing and all of that, but I'm just very offline. So I love the idea of,
Yeah.
being able to experience the product.
Right. So, and I think you guys also wearing it all the time must be the best, I think, advertisement,
Absolutely.
because word of mouth
Absolutely.
and seeing something on someone who's stylish is really what
Yeah.
makes things sell.
And the most amazing thing is that we haven't really tried hard to put our products on celebrities or influential people. It's just happened.
Also, there are a lot of Bollywood stars who wear your stuff.
I'll tell you something that really was very surprising for us. We were just, I was on social media and I was going through Instagram and I saw Sonam Kapoor, randomly some lunch she had gone for. And I did not notice her accessories at all.
Yeah.
I was just, I really love Sonam Kapoor. I think she's so stylish
She's
and
very
she's so amazing.
fashionable.
But I did not happen to notice her jewelry.
Yeah.
That evening, a friend sends me a snapshot, a zoomed-in picture of Sonam wearing her earrings. And I'm like, oh my God,
Wow.
those are Marsala. That's amazing. How did that happen?
Yeah.
So it's amazing
That's so
how
cool, and
people
that's so
actually
funny
go-
because
Yeah.
I would think that Sonam Kapoor has her designer, her stylist,
Yeah.
curating everything from designers,
Correct.
and all the designers know when she's going to wear it. And
Yeah,
so it's so
yeah.
cool to find her just randomly wearing
our
like
piece, yeah.
that's really
Yeah.
that's I think that must feel great. Do you ever see yourself getting into real jewelry?
No.
Why
I
not?
don't want to be in that space.
Why not? A huge investment.
Major investment, and I think nowadays real jewelry is for the lockers,
Yeah, that's true.
unfortunately. And destination weddings are such a big thing, and
Yeah.
people are getting so contemporary in terms of their dressing and accessorizing that
Yeah.
I don't really see too much space for it. I mean, I love real jewelry personally. I love it. I think it's beautiful. I love my jarau and I love my diamonds and I love
I
all
think
of that.
in
But
India, with the mentality that we have, it's kind of you want to own it, but I don't know how much you use it because
Correct.
there's so much stuff that I've never worn in the last 10 years of being
Absolutely.
married.
Absolutely.
So I think, what kind of advice would you give to, a young girl getting married in terms of buying jewelry?
keep it minimal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Buy pieces that you can use and which is not for the locker.
I think
So
also
from my
invest in
personal experience is my parents have given me big jewelry, lots of nice statement jewelry. But a few
Like
of them,
big necklaces and sets and stuff.
But those things I actually cannot wear. I have to wait for an occasion to wear it. But the smaller pieces that I have, which are versatile and can be worn with anything, I think those are the most useful. It's the
or
best
even
investments
just a
I've made.
really big statement bracelet, or just
Correct.
invest money in earrings or a
Right.
ring. And I feel those things you can still wear off
Wear
even
on a
at
daily
Diwali
basis.
parties or
Yeah.
at any cocktail parties with Western
Absolutely.
wear.
Absolutely.
So I think that's definitely something that girls should keep in mind.
Yeah.
But and what is the since you didn't study jewelry and there's so many girls out there who want to get into it, what is the advice that you would give them to get into this line?
I would definitely tell them to study it.
Yeah, why so?
Really, because design would be so much simpler for them if you studied it. I am actually considering doing a course in design now in
Really?
In jewelry design.
But can't you get professionals to design for you?
I can, but there's always that's something missing which I'm trying to explain, but they're not getting.
Yeah.
So I think it's important to know.
So is it what you want to study, the combination of the design and the technicality of it is
The
what you want to
technicality
study?
is what I want to study.
Because that's important, how heavy it is and how
Yeah,
it sits on your
correct.
ear.
Yeah.
I bought a few pieces, in the past where they've broken very easily or,
Right.
they just don't hang right. The design is beautiful. So I
Yeah.
think that is important.
Absolutely.
And what plans for the future?
In terms of movies,
Just
In
generally,
terms
like
of-
how do you see your career panning out from here?
so I see Marcella to be an international brand
Okay.
available at the best international stores,
Is that what your plan is?
for sure.
Yeah.
And in terms of my personal career, it would be in terms of movies or television. I think I want to. This is a want. I don't know whether it'll happen or not. I want to host a travel show.
Oh, wow.
That's
so
my
cool.
personal goal.
How come travel?
Because I love to travel. I think it's the best thing that can happen to anyone. The exposure is so amazing.
Yeah, it's also
It's so enriching.
it's a great escape from reality
Absolutely.
sometimes, and sometimes you just need it at that moment.
Yeah, apart from it being a great escape, I think the exposure is just amazing. So
Yeah.
even in terms of the fashion industry, it's so inspiring to travel.
Yeah.
Apart from seeing what other people are doing, just everything around you is so inspiring.
No, and I think when you travel, you get to see so many new trends, and I think
Absolutely.
what it really widens, your scope of like what someone can wear, not because I feel like in India it's so restrictive at a certain level.
Absolutely, yeah.
And you feel like no, this just can't happen. And then the minute you go to Europe and you're walking on the streets, and people are so bizarre, but they're so stylish.
Absolutely.
And it's such a great inspiration.
Correct.
Well, on that note, we're going to take our first break. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Tejas.
Hi, I'm Jishnu, and we are the nerds from Geek Fruit. If you're a nerd, this is exactly the kind of show you didn't even know you were looking for.
And if you don't believe us, you can check out Geek Fruit exclusively on Savan.
May the force be with you.
You nerds.
Hi guys, we're back with Nisha Aggarwal, and now she's going to give us some fun tips and tricks related to fashion. Give us some tips on like wearing certain jewelry pieces differently.
So my favorite piece of jewelry would, apart from my palm cuff, would be body jewelry.
Okay.
That's something I pair with a little black dress
Okay.
and a sari. A
So
plain
what is
sari.
body jewelry?
Body
So-
jewelry is it's a body harness that goes around your neck,
Okay.
over your shoulders. You put your hands through it,
Yeah.
and you clasp it behind your back,
It's almost like a t-shirt.
almost like a t-shirt, like
Yeah.
a jacket.
Yeah.
more like
yeah.
a jacket. Yeah,
And it's flimsy.
and it's not loose. It's not very structured.
rigid.
Yeah.
So you'd love that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And is there
absolutely.
any I feel like I know I've done this before where I've taken like a necklace and like worn it like a headpiece.
Absolutely.
And it works really well, and like there's so much like cool stuff in terms of jewelry.
Absolutely. And jewelry is something that's so versatile. You can do so much with it.
Yeah.
You can put a necklace around your wrist and make it work like a bracelet. You can make your necklace work on your head, like you said, as a headgear.
Even dispatchable, like not dispatchable. What's that word for it? The
Changeable.
The removable. I don't know what.
Yeah,
where
yeah,
the
yeah.
earrings, and you can make it like
Correct.
a pendant or something. And I
yeah.
think those pieces are super cool.
Absolutely.
Are there any things that you think like a big boned woman or a small boned woman should be careful of while choosing jewelry or wearing jewelry?
I think someone big should go for bigger pieces
Yeah,
because
I
that's
agree.
more visible. And someone small should, I'm not saying necessarily go for smaller pieces, but you have to make sure that it's symmetrical with your structure.
Yeah.
As in, it can't look, that shouldn't be the focus point, the focal point of your entire look.
I think also you can't really, wear earrings, a headpiece, a necklace,
Correct.
bracelets,
Don't
bangles.
overdo it. You
Maybe
can't do
like
everything.
a bigger, with a bigger silhouette, you still can carry it
Right,
off because it's
right.
fairly distributed.
Correct.
But otherwise, and I think like if you have like a long neck or a short neck,
Yeah.
tell us what kind of necklaces someone should wear.
For a long neck, I would definitely recommend a choker.
Yeah.
Because that would sit beautifully on your neck and it kind of cuts the height. And for a shorter neck, you can wear something long and layer pieces around.
Yeah. Or like just like a
definitely.
string of pearls or like
Or
any
the
stringy
lariat.
thing. Yeah. And any big trends that you are personally loving right now?
Architectural jewelry.
What's that?
that would be using architectural trends into jewelry, like metal, concrete,
Okay.
nuts and bolts.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's something that I'm working on as well. And
That's so cool. Is
it's
that going to be your
beautiful.
next collection?
Hopefully.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So is it very like geometric in
Very
design?
geometric. Yeah, absolutely. Very structured, very
3D? Like,
3D
yeah, like
Yeah.
cubes and stuff?
cubes and cylinders and things like that. Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Wow. And I guess that comes also from your experience of like, no, sorry, I got confused. You did hotel management,
Hotel
not
management.
architecture. Okay, so tell us a fashion faux pas that you've seen or that you've made. I mean, if you've made one, then it would be cooler to tell us that.
I know, but I don't think I've made any fashion faux pas. That I've seen is people just overdoing accessories, wearing earrings and a neck piece and a cuff and a ring to like a regular cocktail event.
Yeah, that's a bit much.
A bit too much.
Yeah, you look like
Yeah.
a diamond monster then.
Absolutely. And apart from diamonds, even if it's fashion jewelry, there are always people asking us for sets, which does not
Really?
happen in fashion jewelry.
Yeah.
You just make one statement piece and you
Yeah.
carry it like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, in terms of like overdoing it, what I do really like though is like stacking of the bangles. I feel
Yeah,
like
those work.
Those really
Those work beautifully. But at least you're using it on one body part. You're not looking like a Christmas tree.
Yeah. Can you tell us like how you stack? Because I'm always like very unsure. Like I've seen Deepika Padukone do it beautifully, but like I really don't know like how it happens. Like how do you stack up these like bangles?
So you have we do these thin bangles which are encrusted with different semi-precious stones. Like they could be different colors, but you would probably use a single color palette
Okay.
and add a few contrasting colors to it.
Okay.
And stack up maybe one big cuff.
Like a big one, a thick one, and then
and then the smaller,
Yeah.
bangles before and after and things, or you just put that behind and put like maybe 3 or 4 thinner pieces in the
yeah,
front.
but I think a variation in size like
Yeah,
always
yeah,
helps.
yeah.
Well, thanks for that. We're making notes and we'll be back from our second break very soon.
It was rated Goregaon's most intelligent podcast. It was the best new podcast of the day when it was launched. And now, the irreverent brand of attempted humor and botched education is coming your way. You have many burning questions.
So what is the Brexit? What do mathematicians do, man? I mean,
Introducing Simplified, a weekly podcast that deconstructs issues around you, such as what on earth is Bitcoin?
So Bitcoin is just an other currency like the rupee or dollar. The difference here is it's a virtual currency.
Do resolutions in cameras really matter?
They think that just because a number is higher, what they're getting is actually more.
And encryption.
So, encryption, okay, is the process of encoding messages in such a fashion that only the intended recipient sees it in its intended format.
Hosted by Narendra Shanoy, a very wise man who can't stop making B.G. Woodhouse references. And Deepak Gopalakrishnan, who calls himself Chuck, a madman who can't stop making poor jokes.
Naren, what do you call a forest where you find all the latest news?
I don't have a good feeling about
A topical rainforest.
Follow Chuck and Naren as they scour Google and read Wikipedia for you and condense it into language you can understand. Simplified, helping you appear smarter to an audience that knows no different.
And we're back with the rapid fire round. Are you ready, Nisha?
Yeah,
Are you
really
nervous?
scared.
No, you don't need to be. You've been a natural so far. Okay, so let's make this quick. So give us your fitness secret, because I know your husband runs Gold's Gym, right?
That's right.
So I'm sure you get a lot of fitness secrets all the time from him.
Yes, I do. I've been
And
I
looking at your amazing figure, you're obviously doing something right. So
Thank you. But I actually got inspired to work out because of my husband.
okay,
And that time my boyfriend.
yeah.
So my fitness secret is to follow a perfect disciplined diet.
Okay,
I think that is 70% of your fitness and 30% is your workout.
okay,
So I usually do Pilates and cardio,
yeah.
and that's what works for me.
How many times a week?
I do Pilates 3 times a week and cardio 6 days a
Oh,
week.
really?
Yeah.
That's quite a bit. Wow. Okay. Most good-looking Bollywood male star?
Male star. Salman Khan,
Okay.
Ranbir Kapoor,
Yeah.
I have more on my list.
No, we wanted one. Best dressed female in Bollywood?
Sonam Kapoor.
Yeah, by far.
Yeah.
I like
And
Kangana's style as well.
I was just going to say.
Your style icon?
My style icon, my mother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Favorite party theme?
Favorite party theme, Bollywood.
Yeah, anything
Nothing
related
beats
to Bollywood, like the
yeah.
full dress up and
Yeah,
everything.
totally.
The song that plays on loop on your playlist right now?
Right now, very corny, guys. But it's from Ae Dil Hai Mushkil.
Oh, that title song.
No, it's called Cutie Pie.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah,
I like the
seriously.
song from Shivay more. Your most precious possession?
My most precious possession, can't I think of anything?
I mean, it doesn't have to be a materialistic thing.
I think then it would just be memories.
I thought you'd say your husband.
That
fine.
is something I didn't think of that. But wait, I'm sure I have
No,
a
but
precious
memories
possession.
is a good one. No, we'll move on. Memories
Okay.
is acceptable.
Okay.
Every woman must own
A white shirt.
a good white
A
shirt.
good white shirt.
Gold, silver or color?
Gold. I'm
Always?
totally Bappi Lahiri.
Yeah?
I love gold.
Okay. What would you wear on the red carpet?
I would keep it simple. I would wear Gaurav Gupta gown
Okay.
and just some beautiful studs and do my hair up.
Okay. Jewelry is?
Jewelry is essential.
Yeah. Dinner or dancing?
Dancing.
Favorite holiday destination?
The mountains or a city. Sydney
But
for
they're
me.
very different mountains and
I know,
cities.
but
You want both.
I want both.
You don't want the beach.
Not the beach at all.
Really?
I don't like
I'm
beaches.
such a beachy person.
Yeah, I'm the opposite.
Okay. If you weren't doing what you were doing right now, what would you do in terms of career?
I think I would be in the hospitality industry, either running my own restaurant or managing a hotel.
Okay. Your muse?
My perfect muse, Kajal Agarwal.
Yeah. The it handbag right now.
The it handbag right now for me would be Goyard.
Okay. Flats or heels?
Heels.
Okay. Your best quality?
My best quality. You tell me.
I think you're just spunky and fun, according to me.
Perfect.
But you tell me.
I think patience.
Oh, wow. Okay. Guilty pleasure?
Desserts.
One thing you would change about the industry, either the fashion or the movie industry.
About the movie industry, I would change, especially down south, would be for them to be a little more accepting in terms of marital status.
Okay.
Like, I don't think that's important. But I feel that once you're married, you are typecasted.
Yeah.
So you are going to get, either you're going to get roles of like a little more elderly married couples.
Like the older sister.
Yeah. Or, no, you do get a lot of mainstream roles, but you're not that young, bubbly actress anymore.
As soon as you're married. You
As
could
soon
be
as
like
you're married.
25.
Yeah.
Wow.
But it is changing. I did 2 movies as soon as I was married, and I did play the young, bubbly girl, but I feel it's still, like, we still have a long way to go.
But I don't think that's true of the South. That's even in Bollywood, I think.
Even in Bollywood, yeah.
Like, you
very
need to be
much.
like a superstar to kind of break that.
Correct.
Right? Like,
Correct.
to not...
But you still don't. It's still so difficult for
tough.
you to break it.
Yeah.
And
I think
I don't see the reason why.
because for men, it's never been important.
Absolutely,
Ever.
absolutely.
They've been married so young and they've started their careers almost like married men.
Absolutely.
And it's so weird why that happens.
Yeah.
Kajal is...
She is my best friend. She is my sister, soulmate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And finally, what makes you smile?
A lot of things. I think they are the small pleasures in life, the simple pleasures of life that make me smile.
Yeah.
Talking to you right now.
Aw. But anything else, like in particular, they're always like a phone call from someone.
Talking to my mother.
Yeah.
Always.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's so sweet. Thank you so much, Nisha, for talking to us. This was so much fun.
This was
I'm so
super
glad you came
duper fun.
in.
Thank you, Malika.
And I'll definitely be seeing you around and looking
sure.
at how great, all the success that you're attaining. And thank you so much.
Thank you, and I wish
Thank
you
you.
all the best.
Thank you, Nisha. Thank you so much for tuning in yet again to the Styleogram podcast. Catch us next week where we talk about all the fun and fashion trends that are happening on the streets and at parties. In the meanwhile, you can be in touch on Facebook at Styleogram Official and on Instagram at Styleogram_official. Don't forget to subscribe on SoundCloud or iTunes to catch all our episodes. See you soon.
Our podcasts bring all the boys to the yard, and damn right, they're better than yours. But you don't need to stand outside in the yard. Just follow IVM Podcasts on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. We might be on Tinder too. Just go ahead and swipe right.